Good morning. It is a windy Saturday, January 17th, 2015. And in the last sliver of Misamiko Komiatos, the long night's moon. We're going to be headed into the moon cut though in a couple of days. But before we get there, the next lunar cycle, I want to take a good look around and see what else I can note about the animal presence and behavior right now in this last sliver. So I'm going to take a big long walk today, this morning and probably into the afternoon. I'm on foot around town so that anything that I see I might be able to add to my BIGBY list for my big green birding year. In particular, I want to get over to the north side of town and check on the saw-whet owl, see if he's over there. He hasn't been seen for a couple of weeks, and so who knows if I'll find him or not. But if I do find him, I want him included on the BIGBY list, and the only way to do that is to go over there on foot. So yeah, gonna take a walk around and see what I can see. Probably pass by the pond. Definitely tour through the neighborhoods. There's a few kind of urban birds that I haven't got on my list, but I know they're around. I won't see them at the pond, but they'll be at the backyard bird feeders and that kind of thing. So I'm gonna be scoping some of those areas out. Yeah, I was just passing through a little alleyway, a little connection path between University Drive there and Laval Boulevard over here, and I think I've never passed through this way, but there's this really cool thing here. Check it out. They got a little library, take a book, leave a book, and got a bunch of books in there. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Yeah, it's neat. Yeah, there's Nipomaki, black-capped chickadees in here. Try to get a good shot of one of them. They're moving around quite a bit though. Yes, that's one that I didn't have on the BIGBY list yet, so add them. It's one species today, not too far from home yet. Alright, there's a large group of small birds down here. I'm not sure what they are. I'm going to try to get a good look at them. I think I'll look with my binoculars first, and then I'll try to get them on film. From what I see, at least one of them is a house finch. I'm gonna try to get in closer. Yeah, so the big group of them departed. I just approached too closely, I guess, but I did get a good look through the binoculars, and I saw there were house finches, at least the ones I got to look at. Don't know if there's any others mixed in with them, but the majority look to be house finches. So that's a species that I didn't have on the BIGBY list yet, so that's a good one. I'm going to add that on. Be nice to find some red poles today too, but we'll see what happens. that porcupine's been working on these trees right here all winter, like for a couple of months. Every time I've driven up and down this street, Bridge Drive, I see that porcupine there. It's a common raven over there. It's another bird I didn't have on the BIGBY list yet. Yeah, I'm almost to the owly spot, but came across a bush here. There's tons and tons of house sparrows. That would be solid owl food. Now the question is whether the owl is going to be on the perch that we've seen around before, or whether I'm going to have to search the neighborhood a little bit and maybe or maybe not find her. Good indicators is when you see stuff like this, that there's been something roosting in here. They like these fir trees or these spruces and such, so there is a little bit of whitewash under this one, but there's a lot of these type of trees in the neighborhood, so I'm gonna go first look, see if the owl's where we've seen it perching. If not, I'm gonna do a little bit of a search and hopefully I'll find her, but I don't know. She hasn't been seen for a couple of weeks, and there's a pretty good birder, leader of the Lethbridge Naturalists, that lives right over here, so don't know. Just heard something over this way. Might be a dove. Yeah, I got a dove here. Got two doves actually. And there, one that flew over this way. So Eurasian collared doves. So it's another good one for the list that I didn't have yet. Okay, actually I was walking up, I passed the place where the saw was hanging, and it's actually here where I was showing the whitewash on the ground. This is the area where the saw was. It was actually in this tree over here, but looking to see if I can find him in either or. Yeah, he was right in here. You can see all the whitewash on the concrete here from where he was perching up here. But don't see him there today, so I'm gonna have to search the neighborhood a little bit. You can see, actually I think that might be sap. I thought it was whitewash, but it actually looks like it might be sap. I was thinking maybe this tree was perch of somebody's, but I take it back. Now I can see, I've seen it now under this next tree over too. There's a bunch of trees in here in the back of the German-Canadian club, so about a block away from the owl tree. So I'm going to search under these trees for whitewash, and don't forget to look up as well. I don't know if you can appreciate this, but somebody hangs out in this tree. I suspect doves, but tons and tons of droppings underneath this tree. And yeah, if I had to make a guess, I would say those are from doves. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Not an owl. Yeah, so I'm on the way back now. I've probably already gone maybe a third of the distance back to the house. Taking a little bit slightly different route down through the coulees. I'll go up at the University of Lethbridge. Probably stop in the nature center down here on this side of the river and see if my buddy John is volunteering down there today. Keep my eyes out for some other species, especially waterfowl, that I don't have on my list as yet. Magpie and a downy woodpecker. Magpie's really checking me out. I think I'm gonna leave a cashew for him. See if he'll eat it.
Just going to pick her up for you to have a look underneath. Now she was sitting in this, which was not good because her belly was kind of...
You don't have to pick her up. I don't need to stress her out.
Well, she's actually...
She seems pretty alert, but she does have her beak open and is acting different.
And she's more alert now than she was an hour ago. But when I held her an hour ago, she was hot. And I don't think she's focusing quite well.
Yeah, she seems to be confused.
Because normally, if you put your hand in like this, she'd be, pecking at you. So she was fine on Wednesday, and we took the bandages off the first time on Monday with Patrick on the west side, and so she doesn't have bandages on now. So the leg itself seems to be healing. It doesn't appear to have any infection in the leg.
Right.
So it's a more sort of general, whether she's infected somehow or whether she's in shock.
She's drinking, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but again, she was not interested an hour ago. It's like this right now.
Yeah.
And
maybe she has an infection.
Yeah. I mean, you would naturally think it's to do with the surgery, but the surgery was November.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
I think I will pick her up, because we're going to pick her up anyway to take her to the vets. But and you have a look at that leg, because I think the leg is as good as it can be.
Okay.
It's okay, my friend. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. See that she's very red down below.
Yeah.
And that's probably from sitting in that. You see there, she's been shitting and she's not moving. If you look on the floor where she was sitting, that might be part of the problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
But the leg seems fine, given.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay, my friend.
Yeah, nothing looks infected.
No, but it just brushed that feathering back on her belly. Yeah. There. See, that looks very raw
that
to me.
doesn't look nice.
No. So
maybe from sitting in.
I think it is.
Like
I think it is, Ryan. And I mean that might all be that's going to be required. But I think myself, at the very least, maybe get some antibiotics in her.
Yeah.
And maybe some fluids. And but it's not like just today. She was fine on Wednesday, like I said, but apparently yesterday she was the same.
You want your water over there, pigs?
I'm going to give her some cleaner water.
Yeah,
I'll go and grab some.
Yeah, she's breathing pretty heavy. Yeah.
And a lot of that, I thought, well, when she had the bandage on, not that it's a huge weight, but it's another thing that she had to contend with. So we were kind of pleased when the band decided not to put the bandages back on. Because your healing's better when there's no bandages on there.
She's having a problem with that worm.
Oh, she did this before too.
Yeah.
I don't think she's focusing particularly well.
No, she's...
Normally, I mean, this isn't unusual. She does piss around with it like this, but
she does, eh?
But just watching her, like when I go, you know, like this,
Yeah.
she's just not aware of it. No, I'm not. I don't think it's a very good prognosis right now.
No. Well, she's a very old crow too.
Well, she's 23. You know the oldest bird? I checked this out a few weeks ago because we're always asked this from the public. The oldest known crow in captivity, authenticated, is 59.
Wow.
And it was at some zoo park somewhere. But yeah, 23 is a good age. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Go on, swallow it.
Seems kind of confused.
I think so. I think there's some mental issues.
Lacking some muscle control and stuff.
Yeah. Now, whether that's all tied in with shock and or infection, I couldn't say.
There you
got
go.
it, finally,
There
see?
you go.
But I didn't, what really disturbed me was this mouth.
Yeah.
Like this. That's not good.
Well, it doesn't seem like like with that worm, it doesn't seem like she's got good control of her mouth right now. That worm and...
And as I said to Jen, she's not in, she's going to be coming back in about half an hour. Maybe this is unrelated to the whole thing. Maybe this is some other grand...
Might be a mouth issue even, who knows?
But just before you came in and I was just scratching her back, both her eyes were completely closed.
Huh.
And that wasn't being closed in ecstasy, I don't think.
Yeah, so that was Pegleg, very famous crow here in Lethbridge. A lot of people who are parents now grew up seeing her in the nature center when they were kids, and now their kids were seeing her. In November, she got a leg amputation. She was called Pegleg before because she's always had a leg that's been problematic, but she got it amputated. Trying to get out of the wind. Ever since then, she's been just sitting still, so not surprising she's having problems. I'm having some kind of allergic reaction myself. My eyes are just messed up, and it's just hit like about 10 minutes ago. So I'm hoping it'll blow the allergy stuff out. Anyway, hiking away. Yeah, that bird that just passed is an American crow. So, got crow and raven added to the list today. I'm home. Didn't really see any more species after that crow except for some magpies and stuff. You can see my eye is really in bad shape from whatever got in there at the nature center. It might have even been some of the dandruff or something from Peg Leg that did this. I'm not sure, but it's pretty bad. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside and try to clean it up. And yeah, it was about 30 kilometers worth of walking. Well, 33,000 steps, just under 30 kilometers according to my activity tracker, with 260 meters of elevation gain, and a bunch of new species for my list.